lucky. We did a lot of good things defensively throughout the game. Didn't get that offensive rhythm, until early second half. Got enough stops late in the fourth to come away with it. But there was a lot of coverage confusion during that stretch, which, we talked about. And those are controllable things, but it just boils down to our communication and attention to certain situations. In the execution. We had an understanding of what we're supposed to do. We didn't communicate it quick enough or well enough, which opened up the floor and obviously led to some of those threes.
In the third quarter, you guys helped them with numbers. Was that halftime adjustments? Were they kind of moving a
little bit of both, and our effort was better. The attention to detail, and I thought we got into guys a bit, forced the issue and kind of put them on their heels, at times, which is a great thing to see. We don't always want to be reactionary. Sometimes, dictate, where guys are going to go or what we're going to take away. So it's a good sign. We just have to do more of it.
How do you describe Daniel Gafford?
He was great. His activity, just his presence. We talked at length yesterday, just casually, and I think he said he's got to be better. Playing with more purpose and energy, but doing so more consistently for longer stretches. I think that's the challenge. But his activity is it's a huge asset because even when mistakes happen on the floor, you got a guy behind you who can cover some of those up.
Your thoughts about how he played, how his teammates involved him?
Defensively, he was tremendous. I mean, it's a tough out to have to guard. Shea, times you're switching out on Dort, and those guys are extremely aggressive as far as getting downhill. We knew that going in. So being able to try and limit some of the paint, limit some of the rim attempts, and do so without fouling, possession after possession, it's very difficult. But I give him a lot of credit because he takes pride in that, and a lot of times he does his job. And obviously on the flip side, he stepped up and made big shots. Guys got downhill, they found him, kicked out. He didn't hesitate, which is, that's who he is and how he plays. It was better overall. I think more in the half court. Some of the pick and rolls were problematic for us. In general, they were controllable, but I thought they were turnovers of aggression. So, without, having seen it again, I think the bulk of them I can live with. Well, we talked about that even before the game. These guys are going to play to the wire, so it's not something that you can take for granted and think they're just going to go away. They're going to keep coming. It's a great thing to see for Mark that he's that's part of their DNA, that they just keep fighting. But it's at the same time, it's we have to find ways to minimize some of that. 31 points in the fourth quarter, it's not good enough. So we allowed, through our own slippage, them to keep it close and gave them a chance late to win it. Thankfully they didn't, but we've got to be better.
How helpless the feeling is when SBA releases that ball?
I mean, it's at that point, there's nothing else you can do. We tried to take him away and deny it. He was able to get the angle, catch it, and he's so quick. He got into the front court and let it go. When he let it go, I thought it was going in all honesty. So, thank goodness it didn't.
Not a little bit under the weather.
I think, I think it was, I don't want to diagnose an allergy, sinus or something, but he said he's had it before and he made breathing difficult, but I don't think it's anything major or of any concern.
Chase.
Hey, Wes. You guys may have had your best defensive quarter of the season so far in the third quarter. What was the approach at halftime, just making adjustments coming out of the break?
We didn't make a ton of adjustments, honestly. I mean, they played small. We were able to switch a little bit more. But to start the quarter, it was just our energy, and I think that was stressed upon our guys at half, but it's been a constant theme. Our third quarter starts have not been very good. So I think they were mindful of that, and it worked in our favor tonight.
And it looked like Denny had a wrap on his right thumb. Was that an injury he suffered tonight, or when did he suffer it? And just kind of what's the update there?
That was in New Orleans, and he just jammed it. It wasn't anything substantial. It was just more uncomfortable for him. He did some treatments yesterday and today. Was full go and shoot around. So I think it's just more to protect it to some degree and minimize some of the impact, whether that's playing defense or catching, passing, those type of things. I don't think it's anything of concern.
Neil,
Hey, Coach, will Spencer be out tomorrow with the back-to-back?
As of now, yes. We'll have that conversation and get a definitive answer in a few moments.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels.
Thank you.
last question to Wayne.
Hey, Coach, pregame you mentioned that a strength of the Thunder is their transition. After seeing it up close in person, can you just talk about it, and then how did you feel like you handled it tonight?
I thought overall it was solid. I think it was a point of emphasis for us. Getting back, building a wall early, and even when that breaks down, they're going to get into multiple driving kicks. Everyone on that team is going to put their head down and get to the paint. So being able to protect the paint was a priority. At times we were very good at it. At other times we were, I think, hugged up and opening up the floor and allowing those guys to get downhill. But as far as the transition overall, I think we were solid. A lot of the turnovers, if I had to guess without seeing it again, we didn't have a ton of live ball, which gives you a chance. You still, don't get a possession, you don't get a shot up, but 15 turnovers, 14 points. Ideally, get that number, below 10. But if you have a 1-to-1 or 1 to less or less ratio, I think you can live with it.
And lastly, Coach, how were you pleased with the effort from tonight's ball club?
Overall, I thought the effort was great. I think we made a lot of mistakes, but the energy and effort, our competitive spirit was where it should be.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travels.
Thank you.
For you, the three kind of in the game, but how important is the lack of hesitation? That's something Wes talked about.
It's very important. It can take you out of a rhythm, which a lot of time it does take me out of rhythm. So I tried tonight just to, try to stay in the flow, go up straight up and down when I catch the ball, not try to set, shoot it, kind of watch film on that and figured it out. Just go up until you shot and be, just knock it down.
Knowing in the back of your mind that they kind of do this fourth quarter, that they had to come back into the floor, what's the mindset at the 5-minute mark, when things are getting better?
We know we just gotta, buckle down. We gotta have less turnovers within them that stretch down the floor. Our defensive coverage can't, break down, which happened. It's a lot of things that goes into it, but mainly just, protecting the ball and then being great on defense down the stretches. I was switching. We were trying to switch. It was 2 on the ball at one point. Shea got the layup, the drive and the layup. So, a lot of that is like a lot of confusion down the stretch, which we're trying to cut out.
Like on the previous 5 minutes, playing groups for that. For the starting 5, you got what using your cues.
It was good. We needed that. We needed it to come out strong. Brad said it earlier, before we even ran out on the court, we just have fun. Let's get out there and have fun like we've been doing. We started the season, play for each other, move the ball, just have fun.
How difficult was it to the guard. Bill gets out again, he calls back, and then you might have to switch on to Dort, who's
Yeah.
built like a truck.
I mean, it's just all about personnel. And I do my job before I get on the court. I read up on them. See what they strengths are, their weaknesses. Knowing I'm gonna guard multiple guards out there, so I try to do my work early. Pre-game, reading personnel, getting with coaches, and trying to figure out things I can do on defense to help.
How good do you think he is? What were your thoughts about how Daniel played?
Daniel was always, giving his all. We call this up the X factor, I guess. He's locking up things like stuff. And when we like it. He's go out there, he plays hard. We know what we're gonna get on the defensive end from him. He's gonna lock down. He's gonna take pride in that. And he just, Denny is getting better every day. I would say, every day.
What's your process for preparing for back-to-back when you don't have
Try to get as much rest. I know I'm not going to get as much rest, but my routine is treatment mostly, film, and yeah, like I said, resting. Trying to get my legs back underneath me, pretty much.
Is it harder to get the work that you usually done in advance? Don't have the shoot around, or can you still get with coaches?
It's not hard. We still can get with coaches, but I try on back to back. I try to limit my time on the court before the game. Try to go light, to save my legs for the game. And there's just more treatment, getting prepared for the game.
I was probably mumbling, and I'm wearing a mask. I think I might have heard you ask me about Ossia.
Yes, I thought that was.
I meant to ask about I called Gafford Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry.
I mean, even like Gaff was tremendous tonight. I'm still shocked at 8 blocks. Yeah, 8 blocks. Some of them was so impressive. I was like, how did you even get it? And that was good for us. It was big. Just get us extra possession. He was down there, just protecting the paint, like he's supposed to.
Christos?
Hey, KCP, congratulations on the win. The 99 point, your defense tonight, you allowed 99 points. This was the key factor of your win. And how important for you is to keep your opponents down. You allow less than 100 points in every game.
Yeah, it's just important. We want to, we pride ourselves on that defensive end, and getting stops is what we're looking for. But holding the team under 100, it's great for us, and we did it tonight.
And what did you say about the depth of this group? And you have a lot of players who made a step up. Tonight was you, Kyle, Daniel Gafford made a huge step up on defense. What do you say about the depth? And is this your main weapon this season for the rest of the season?
Man, our depth is we got a deep bench. Anybody that subs in and into the game, is going to play hard. Are going to play for each other. And we're just gonna, our benches, it's good for sure.
Thank you very much.
That's all the time we have. Thank you, KCP.
That's the same question, but how do you describe this?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Ugly, necessary. Did whatever it took. Gut win, all of the above. We didn't play perfect. We actually we're getting killed at one point in time. But that's been kind of our trend of not letting go of the rope, staying resilient and staying together as a team and finding ways to win. That's one thing that I can say this group has done a good job of. When things don't go our way, we don't necessarily play well, as well as we want to on either end. We still find ways to finish the game. So whatever it took, I think that's how we'll label tonight. I mean, yeah. I mean, we always show spurts of us doing, really good. And down the stretch tonight, our defensive effort was there. Gaff protecting the rim. He had like eight blocks or something like that. Kuz and everybody coming in, getting in and getting rebounds. Everybody, switching, being, intact. I think the last one we messed up with Shea scoring, but other than that, they were all pretty much clean, and we defended their actions pretty well. But it's a true testament to our team, of always, staying together, staying the course, and executing down the stretch. There's always something we could take from it, obviously, being locked in at the end of games and, taking care of the ball, which I think we did a better job of doing tonight. We made sure we got shots up. But it's still a work in progress. It only gets tougher. Huge, huge. Just from, when you see a guy block a shot, he's engaged on defense. He has your back. So your mindset is, okay, I have to, like, he shouldn't have to do that every time. So as a guard, you kind of take pride in that. It's like, okay, I gotta guard my matchup. Gotta be better. Getting into the ball, playing pick and roll coverage is better. And I think we all have that mentality. But Gaff is the ultimate rim protector. That's why we have him in the back line. And bigs are more or less the quarterbacks a lot of time. They see plays develop sometimes before guards can. So definitely credit to him, Trez, and all our bigs, who came in and contributed. But Gaff, his energy is one we need and feed off of, him and Trez, for sure. No idea. You got to ask Gaff there. I have no idea. I wish I had half his height and half his bounce. So, seeing as I don't got neither one, I think you got to ask Gaff that question. Yeah. I'm blessed for sure. It was important, but I think we still we still got to get better. I think in the first quarter we were down. What were we down in the first quarter? Not sure, but I mean there was a point in time I think we were down 10. Granted, we closed it out at the end of the quarter and brought it back, but we still didn't get off to a great start. We were missing a lot of oversized. Granted, that's going to happen, but I think just getting back in transition. I think they had like 14 points in the paint out of their like 18 or 21 in the first quarter. So they were just driving the ball, getting downhill. We have to come out a lot better. Being more locked in, understanding that this was a hungry team. You can't look at teams' records, assume that that's what type of team they are. This is a team that goes hard, and they love to push the ball. And they love to break down defenses, get in the paint, kick out for three. So we got to be better. I think our third quarter was a lot better. We got off to a good start, good jump. I think like 5-6-0 run to start the quarter, but beginning of the games we still got to be better. No, not at all. Not at all. We play an awesome game, and it's the best game in the world. So those are the fun moments. You embrace those moments more or less. But you want to try to avoid them at all costs because you don't want to just keep playing with fire. You can't. We keep telling ourselves we're not that type of team to just flip on and switch. Granted, we figure out ways to win, but we have to be able to keep ourselves out of these predicaments, keep ourselves in digging holes early on, and then keep ourselves from kind of playing against, playing tight down the stretch. We want to be able to play freely, play comfortably, and not uptight.
But down the stretch, I think everybody's confident, everybody's fun, everybody knows it's winning time. So I get excited for sure. Every time I tell him to touch his hand, I need to go up. You know, especially if I'm handling and he sets a screen, like they're not going to switch. A lot of guys don't know what to do. The guys guarding me more or less doesn't want to switch and leave me. So, you know, that'll leave Pope, Kuz, and all the other guys open for shots. And that's all he did, man. I seen he had it going early. Keep giving it to him. Keep giving it to him. You know, he shoots it with confidence. That's what we need.
Chase.
Hey, Brad, what's it like being defended by Lou Dort?
I don't know. Lou's a good defender. He's very strong. He's physical. He's very good at angles and kind of forcing you to dribble wide versus straight down line. He just has a knack for kind of tendencies in a way. Like he's always wants to kind of beat you to your next move. You know, I think his size helps. He's 220. So I mean, he's a big guy. Uses his body well, and when you're a willing defender, like he takes pride in his defense. You know, so when you're a willing defender, you know you're going to be able to get in his stance and do his best. So you know, he's a good defender for sure.
Last question, Neil.
Hey, Brad. Coach kind of described the win as, you know, quote unquote, lucky. I'm curious what his message to you and the team is after the game. Is he expressing a similar sentiment, or what is his motivation to you guys?
I mean, it's kind of like what I said a minute ago. Like we can't keep playing with fire down the stretch. You know, we can't dig ourselves a hole early on and think, you know, we can just come back every single time, or you know that we're gonna, you know, kind of like he said, kind of just slip up and look up in a lot of ways. You know, sometimes, but more or less, you know, we understand everyone isn't going to be pretty. Everyone isn't going to be the way we necessarily want it to be. But you know, we'll take a win. You know, all day, every day. So it's tough, but we got to get better. You know, if plays go our way and they're lucky, I'll take it. Hell.
Thanks, Brad. Safe travels.
That's it, Brad. Thank you.
Focusing on. Was that in your mind when you were going through all those blocks tonight?
Yes, really just withstanding the full stint of time that I'm out there on the floor is just main thing. If I'm going to start, if I'm going to be starting throughout this season, coming out with a lot of energy is my main goal. You know, for us to have better starts that we've had in the past. These last past 2 losses that we've had, the start hasn't been great, and I really would say I can take some of the blame with that because of just like energy level. It's not been there, and because of the simple fact, you know, sometimes I would say I'm lackadaisious. I don't do the things I need to do. I don't do the things I'm good at. I try to do things that I'm not good at, and kind of gets us in a bind, puts us in a bind, you know, puts us in a situation to where we don't get the shots that we want, or we get, you know, we don't get stops on defense, certain things like that. So just having energy from the jump is my main thing. Having fun and playing basketball.
How do you replicate that approach? Replicate blocks, but that approach.
Really, you know, just repetition, figuring out the routine, figuring out your remedies, whatever you do before the game, and keep it at the same way throughout the rest of the season. That's my main focus. Really just, I would say, doing the same things time and time again. Like today, I really focused on making sure my body was ready to go, making sure my mental was ready to go, and making sure my energy was there before I even, you know, came out to the bus today to come to the arena. So just little things like that is what helps me, you know, get going, because I'm not one of the guys that can come out and flip on a switch night in, night out. You know, there's guys out there that are great, they can do that night in, night out, but I'm not one of those guys. I gotta, you know, take time. You know, I'm like an old, you know, I would say Pontiac or old Camaro or something. You gotta, you know, let that warm up before you take it on the road.
You want to be a writer, because that's one thing. Who on the coaching, if anyone, who on the coaching staff puts you in that direction, or is that something you determine through reflection?
Pretty much all of them. The main guy that I really have most of my talks with is Alex McClain.
You know, he's always in my ear telling me to, you know, find ways to get myself going early and get myself going pretty much even before I even get on the floor. You know, because like I said, I'm not one of those guys that can come out night in, night out and just flip on a switch. You know, it might happen time and time again, but that's rare. You know, so being able to come out and have my mind already set on the things that I need to do, the things that I'm good at, and really work towards that. Not really trying to go take the game, but let the game come to me is something that is like we really, you know, have conversations about.
Under really trying to come back there down the stretch. There were some guys in the huddle on the court that were kind of rallying the troops, making sure that you guys still able to hold on.
Pretty much everybody. You know, it's always talks from certain guys on the team. You know, just this past loss that we've had, the New Orleans loss. You know, we really had a conversation about just like, you know, the energy on the bench and the energy coming, you know, off the floor during the timeout and stuff. You know, it's a long 48 minutes. Can't really just hold our head when something doesn't go our way. We got to withstand the punch. We got to take the punch and we got to throw one back. That's the main focus, you know, especially when guys like OKC, they came out and they tried to make a run in the end, and they could have had a possible chance to win the game if we would have let them, you know, if we would have folded and let them do the things that we wanted them to do. But, you know, we locked in. Everybody was with each other. We played together as a team, played together as a unit. You know, we was there for each other. Everybody was there for their brother, patting them on the back, telling them it's okay, you know.
Chase.
Hey Daniel, we talk so much about getting into a shooting rhythm. Is there such thing as a shot blocking rhythm where, you know, maybe some nights you have it more than others, or maybe a matter of timing, you just feel like you can block a lot more shots some nights than others?
I feel like in certain instances I can do a lot better in some of, you know, the positions that I put myself in. You know, being in the spot early, being in the, I would say being, you know, in the right place at the right time, especially for some of the blocks that I could have throughout this year. You know, it's just a level of work ethic and the level of like really just staying locked in and not letting, you know, anything fly and not taking plays off. That's my main thing. So really just my thing is working on my level of consistency with not taking plays off and being able to be in the right spot at the right time, rotating earlier than what I usually do, you know, certain things like that.
Last question to Christos.
Hey, Daniel, great game, first of all. Is the defense your main weapon as a team? Because you made a huge step up tonight. You allowed just 99 points. And how important is to keep your opponents in less than 100 points in every game?
I mean, it's real important because, you know, that shows that we're actually out there trying to contain and working to keep the guys that are usually trying to go off, keep them in a sustained area, and just really just paying attention to detail. You know, paying attention to detail is one of the things that helps us be able to withstand the full 48 no matter what a team throws at us, you know, because, you know, we got guys on the perimeter that plays, you know, intense defense. You got a guy in the back, you know, that's anchoring me, Montrez, and pretty much whoever's at the 5 spot, then all the guards on the perimeter that's basically playing, you know, the tail off on defense and just playing as a unit on defense that's leading to early offense, you know?
I think that's it, Gaff. Thank you.